All right. It looks like we are live. All right, all right. I'm gonna wait for some people to pop in. Also, we are live on Twitter, on X for the first time this calendar year. See how that go. We'll see how we go. So we're also live on Facebook, and it seems like we're also live on YouTube. So we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and we're live on Twitter. There's no point of right now getting live in too many more places unless we have an audience that we know we can tap into. But for now, it will do. We're also going to have updates on day 17 of our fast. Our community, including our businesses, people at the businesses, our customers and whatnot, we've participated in a 21-day fast. It had, in the beginning, it was we were fasting. Now we're just really on a regimen, refraining from certain foods and whatnot. So, but we, in reality though, we're at the end of that. I'm pretty sure everybody did great. If there are questions or concerns, feel free to continue to reach out to me, whether right now or whether in the inbox or whether in the emails. Or a lot of you guys have been calling me and just getting a quick answer over the phone. That's fine too, as long as we get you the information that you're looking for. Okay. All praise to the most. This actually means all praise. Let me see. I'm doing this backwards. All praise to the Most High. We have these shirts on our inventory too, on our website as well, because we always want to give praises to the Most High. We always want to thank God for being a significant part of our life, for keeping us even in the dangerous times, even in the worst times. We found everyone that is on my end or your end that's receiving this has found a way to make it through every obstacle in your life so far. Think about that. So we got to praise the Most High. We got to give all praises to the Most High, because He has helped us get to this specific moment today. Even though we've not succeeded in everything that we did in our entire life, we have succeeded in receiving His grace. So we have to be, grateful for that. Now, I have a whole lot of people in the store these days, and we have a lot of emails. We have so many people that we're working with when it comes to cancer. Okay, so I want to speak on cancer a little bit. A lot. It's like every day I'm getting 4 or 5 calls of people newly dealing with cancer and hoping for a home remedy or a holistic solution to the cancer, scared and waiting, because they're not sure of the medical industry and how they're going to handle it. So they call me and they ask me questions about it, and I answer to the best of my ability based on what I understand and what I know. And little by little, we work on it. To the point now, after so many years of this type of process, it's fair to say that we've dealt with thousands of people who have cancer, and we're probably actively dealing, as we speak, with at least 100 of people actively dealing with cancer. Everything from precancerous cells to moderate cancer readings, and to stage 3, 4. Some people even in hospice. The medical industry gave up, said, "Hey, we're going to send you home to die," basically. And when those people call, think about it, they're at their last hope. They're at home after the world said, "Go home to die." and you have a terminal and you have a illness inside of you that's going to kill you fast. That's terrible. That's a terrible circumstance to be in, and that's a terrible situation to have to deal with. Oftentimes they call the store and they're scared. They're scared and they're worried and they're not sure what to do. And they say, "Hey, can I speak to Franco and this and that and whatnot?" And I talk to them on the phone and they're, "Hey, I'm here. I'm home. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." They just said, they can't do nothing for me. There's no treatment that can help me. This is what they tell me. And the first thing I ask them is, have you ever tried to fast? And almost, I'll say 9,999 times out of 10,000, a person will say no. Almost every time. I think one person since I've been doing this has told me, yes, they fast regularly. So I said, have you fast? Have you ever fasted? I said, no. I said, well, what are you reading now? Some in the hospital, some at home. If they're in the hospital, say, hospital food. I said, what food is that? Oh, mashed potato, a little bit of rice. And I said, I'm saying to myself, why are they feeding these people this type of food? Knowing that it's going to make the cancer worse. Why would they feed the people things that are going to convert into glucose, or the body's going to read as glucose in the system? What is glucose? Glucose is what the body will convert into a type of sugar. It's supposed to be an energy source, but in reality, it's not. In reality, it's like a drug. So it makes you feel like you have energy for the moment, but it's actually robbing your body of oxygen and feeding all of your bad cells, negative cells, cancer cells, damaged cells. You're feeding this. If there's parasites in the body, you're feeding that too. If there's bacteria, you're making that worse. If you have infections and different ailments or illnesses or organ issues and whatnot, you're 10 times out of 10, you're making that worse too, because gluten and starch are impossible to deal with for the organs. If they're at home, they don't even know what to eat. I'm like, what'd you eat this morning? Like pancakes. I mean this literally. Like pancakes, eggs, oatmeal. Cannot do this if we're dealing with cancer, y'all. We have to fast. When you're dealing with something as aggressive as cancer, you cannot add sugar to the regimen, and you cannot add inflammatory substances to the regimen. You can't. You're not gonna beat the cancer. And then the only way to beat the cancer is chemotherapy, some type of radiation, which kills cancer cells and every other type of cell, even your strongest cells. Red blood cells, white blood cells, is killing them all. And white blood cells are responsible for killing the cancer. It's killing the thing that's killing the cancer. It's killing the cancer. It's like this thing that comes out of the sky. So you got this guy fighting this guy, and this thing comes out of the sky and beats them both up and kills them both. But they were fighting each other to keep something else from happening. So when you kill them both, you can't do that. Hey, Craig, how you doing, my brother? I just see your message here. Appreciate you popping in. Held my dad's hand as he passed this last. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, my brother. Oh, God, I'm sorry to hear that. I apologize. Yeah, this is my condolences, my brother. I know that's a tough situation to be in. I couldn't fathom it. Yeah, it is poison. Chemo is probably one of the quickest ways to kill a body. That's why you can only do so many of them, because after so many, you'll die. That's why people lose their hair and lose weight and all that, because it leaves you such a fragile state. Because it damages everything inside of your body. It's putting you through a radiation. It's changing the frequency in your body, your DNA, everything. It's just disrupting everything in the body. It's killing good cells, bad cells, every cell, brand new cells. Every day you birth a certain amount of cells, chemo will kill them as we go. He broke out with golf ball sized tumors everywhere. During the chemo, I can see that. The radiation would do that. The radiation will inflame the cancer cells to a certain extent, especially if there's clusters. I can see that. And it will calcify. The radiation, you're heating the body up, you're heating the blood, and you're calcifying as well. So that means if there's inflammatory substance inside of the body, if you have binders in the system, you are going to calcify those binders when you're doing the radiation, if you're not fasting and cleaning your body out. I'm not saying there may not be a specific time where you've taken things so far that you may need some type of medical intervention. That may happen in life. But that's not where you start. That is the last possible option, is unnatural intervention from man. The body should not be cut open the way they cut us open, because there are no zippers on the body. We're not designed to be cut open. We're designed to heal from the inside out. We're designed to put something in our mouth that heals anything that may be wrong inside of us. That's why our body functions the way that it functions. And our entire digestive system, starting with our mouth. Your mouth is the beginning of your digestive system. Y'all understand this? It's not just for kissing booty. When you eat, that is the beginning of your digestive process. This hole begins it and that hole ends it. There are a few other branches, like your nostrils, your ears, your eyes, your throat, your mouth, you urinate, your feces. These areas of the body are known and designed to expel inflammatory substance, inflammation, mucus, etc. When the body is responding and removing through mucus any type of inflammatory substance or acidic substance or viral infection or bacteria, whatever the body is choosing to remove at that moment, that's how it has to remove it. It should remove it through your mouth. So you wake up in the morning, you're coughing up and hawking up spit, you're blowing your nose, you're cleaning your ears, you're wiping your eye boogers out. That the eye booger is the pus, the inflammatory substance inside the body that the body was pushing out in the first place in that area. You get up, you urinate. The urine is very yellow because it's overnight sleeping is a very restorative process in the body, so it collects a lot of toxicity. So your urine is more toxic in the morning because it's more concentrated in the morning because of the collection cycle that it had overnight, because that's what the body does when the body is sleeping meaning in a horizontal position, not fighting against gravity, easy to clean. This is the beginning of it. This is how you heal yourself, with what you put in your mouth. Everything you put in your mouth is going to go into your blood. So what are you going to put in your blood to heal yourself? Everything you put in your mouth is going to go into your digestive organs, your kidney, your liver, your gallbladder, your small, your large intestine, all of that. So what are they going to be processing? Something that the body can process and that can help the body and that's easy for the body to process, or something that's impossible for the body to process, therefore clogging up the body, binding, calcifying, and causing havoc. Yeah. He gained 6 pounds while I was juicing for him. Of course, because juicing is absorbent, my brother. You're juicing because it removes the fiber from the body. The digestive system doesn't have to work and the cells easily absorb. He's going to gain weight when the muscles, the cells, the tissues are hydrated. And they're hydrated because if you're juicing, you're giving them H3O2, which is 3 hydrogens, 2 oxygens, which is much healthier for the body than even H2O. H2O means for cleansing. H3O is meant for building. Okay. You did great, my brother. I'm sorry to hear that you caught him too late in the process. Yeah, and if they can't do it for themselves, it's going to be difficult. Yes, sir, my brother, get ready for the Shabbat. That's why I did this right now before the Shabbat jumps in. But I just, I wanted to share this information. You can fight cancer every day. You can fight cancer more effectively with more of an impact on your body every day on your own without medical intervention. Yes, I said it. I'll go on the record at and I have plenty research and sources, plenty, unlimited at this stage. Shalom, my brother. Yes, sir. Praise God. The first thing you do is minimize how much you're putting in your body. It's more important to take cancer out of your body than putting food in your body. It's more important to cleanse the body out. So what is cancer? Cancer is a damaged cell, simply put. Those damaged cells can spread to other damaged cells, and it can cause a lot of havoc if you don't take care of your body, of yourself internally. So how does cancer live? Off of sugar, off of glucose. Well, do you mean white sugar only? No. The white sugar is processed sugar, which is extremely damaging. But anything we eat, for the most part, most things that we eat are going to convert into a glucose. Okay. So not feeding the cancer cells is key. Starving them out. Making them die so the cells can push them in the digestive stream and we can get them out of our body through our normal daily digestive function, the stool. You can assist yourself in a lot of ways. You can be active. You can wake up and you can stretch, do a good stretch in. Even a stretch will break calcification, stretch the muscles, help heal the body. If you want to get a nice sweat in, a nice workout in the morning, even better. Okay? Picking up that body temperature to over 100 degrees if possible. When you're working out and you're repping and you're repping, the body temperature is coming up and is getting up because it's unnatural for the body to work that hard in that shorter period of time. So the body thinks it's overheating, so it starts open the pores and it starts cooking or overheating the excess stored fat and stored salt that's inside the body, which is why our sweat is salty. Because when you pick your body temperature up past a certain stage, the calcification or the binding in the substance of the inflammation that's inside of our system starts melting down so that the body can remove it. You can go into a sauna and you can do it. You can go into a steam room and you can do it. You can go into a hot tub and you can do it. You can work out, you can jog, you can do it. That's always going to help you when you're dealing with sickness and illness and things like damaged cells and cancer cells, making sure you stay active, engaging your body physically. You have to take binders out of the system. Binders must come out of the system. 100%. You can have any binders in the system and expect to overcome cancer naturally. You cannot feed it and kill it at the same time. That's why you cannot have gluten, because it converts into glucose. It is a binder. That's where gluten comes from. It becomes a glue inside of our system. It becomes a sticky substance that sticks on everything and can't process and feeds things, breaks things, suffocates things that need oxygen, need water flow, need function, need fiber. It's so bad for us that it's not even processable by our small intestine, not even processable by the human body. I should let you know that it's unfit for human consumption. The body can't even process it. You've never even seen bread in your poop, ever. It doesn't process. It can't. It's too sticky. It turns into the same substance it was before it went into the oven, a sticky ball of dough. Because you're adding water when you chew it, and you're breaking it down to a little ball, and the body's warm inside, so you're warming it back, and you're just turning it into a sticky mess. You cannot have that when you have cancer. And you should not have that at all. It's probably one of the leading causes to cancer. It suffocates the cells. So the cells turn to sugar. You start damaging the cells. They can't even breathe, can't move oxygen, can't clean the blood, can't clean the cells, can't clean the tissues. I start getting old inside in a lot of ways. Gluten will do it, starch will do it. Oh, starch is one of the worst. So there's added issues with starch too. Diabetes, as like it's sugar, super sugary, super dissolvent. So it has so much air in it. It's not a whole grain, it's a starch grain. It doesn't have a complete molecular structure. It doesn't hold its form when it goes inside the human body. It turns into mush. It turns into a sticky substance. That's the problem. Real food comes out of your body, people. You guys don't get that? Real food comes out of your body. Anything that's natural that God made will come out of your body when you're done. It's the end of the digestive process. You eat it here and you poop it there. Eat a bowl of kale. I bet you're going to be pooping a bunch of leaves. Eat a bunch of apples and mango and stuff. You're going to be pooping all that fiber and the shells and all, the skin and all that. Seeds, you poop them all out. Quinoa, whole grains, garbanzos, wild rice, whole grains only, real food. You poop all that stuff out. It comes out of the body. And it's important it comes out because when everything is coming out of the body, it's brushing up against the intestinal walls. It's brushing up against the walls in the small intestine. It's brushing up against the walls in the large intestine, and it's cleaning your colon. That's how you clean your colon naturally, eating healthy every day. Because everything that you eat that's healthy is going to clean the colon because it's healthy for you. Hello. On the way out. It's a very simple concept that works. Hello, my brother Sean. So that's how you clean the body up. Eating healthy. So stay away from the starch. Starch does not have a complete molecular structure. That's why it turns into a gluey substance. That's why you can take something like potato starch and make Elmer's glue. That's what they make potato starch out of. Elmer's glue out of potato starch. And you also have to be careful in the stores. They always say gluten-free. Gluten-free is gluten-free is gluten-free. Yeah, maybe gluten-free because it doesn't have that type of glue. But it doesn't mean it's binder-free. It doesn't mean it's free of inflammation or it's free from a glutinous substance. Starch is just like gluten. It's actually the same exact thing. It's just in a different form. Again, with its own issues. But they're binders. That means anything that goes in the body gets sticky, can't process, and ends up getting hard and can't be removed from the body is bad for the body. It's a binder. So gluten, you cannot heal from cancer eating gluten. You cannot heal from cancer eating starch. You cannot heal from cancer eating dairy. Dairy is it's too sticky. It's too sticky. It's a sticky stuff. You ever seen a mozzarella stick? When it's hot, it's like the cheese is like yeah. But when it gets hard, it's like you can just crack it in half like a pizza. You can just the cheese gets hard when it gets cool. But when you put the cheese in your mouth, you're warm inside. So it gets sticky. So it causes a sticky stuff. We got to stay away from these things. daily. That's your goal every day. Franco, you're taking away my top. Yeah, good. I'm taking away all the stuff you eat. That's why you have cancer. That's the problem. Everything you eat feeds your cancer. Everything. Bread, rice, beans, potatoes, cheese, sugars, meat. It all feeds the cancer. None of it God intended to be put in our body and even made. What did God give us to heal? Fruits, vegetables, greens, seeds, nuts, whole grains, herbs, water, fruit. Come on. We have. Hey, my brother Terry. Hold on, Terry. I don't know if I met Terry. I probably met your wife, Terry. I'm glad y'all look like y'all probably shared the page. I think I met your wife though. But it's a pleasure to meet y'all. Y'all met in store. This is what we do all day, y'all. This is what we do all day long. That's why we're not online all day long. Because we're with people all day long, actively working with them, helping them overcome. And we're grateful to be in this position. It is a burden and it is a blessing. Yes, Miss Terry. Okay, praise God. Okay, I just want to make sure, Miss Terry, I knew that was you. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that I was able to help you and your friend and everything was situated. Praise God. We got work to do. We got the work to do, Miss Terry. Make sure you subscribe to our channels too on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter. We want to make a difference and we want to educate and inform and make sure that y'all know what y'all doing. So here's a regimen. Franco, what did we do? What did we do then? Okay, what did we do? Easy regimen to follow, y'all. You ready? Write this down. Write this down. Breakfast. Breakfast is liquid. That's number one. Breakfast does not mean fiber. Breakfast does not mean having to have a hard meal, something you have to chew and process. You do not have to turn on your digestive system, your digestive organs, and your digestive process. You do not have to turn it on first thing in the morning when you're trying to wake up and think. That's the worst thing that you can do. Sharing oxygen and blood flow with your digestive organs first thing in the morning or late at night is the worst thing you can do. Imagine trying to go to sleep at night. It's 11 o'clock at night. Then you go and eat an apple and some cookies and this and that and just a bowl of whatever. You just turned on the digestive process. So now you're going to try to lay down while your organs are trying to process food, which that means you should be standing up or sitting up in a way, in an upright position so that gravity can push the food into the organs and gravity can push the food into the stomach acid so it can get broken down to get filtered through the organs. No. You're going to lay down. You're going to eat your cookies and lay down. All that food on your chest. Can't even get it into the stomach. Can't even process the food. So now all night your digestive organs are trying to process food, trying to get this food out of your esophagus and get this food processed so you can get it out of the body as quickly as possible, because there's a reason why the digestive process takes about 8 hours. There's a reason. There's a specific scientific and biochemical reason why the body must function the way that it functions. And when we disrupt this process, we create issues. There's a reason why the body will warm up the food, smush the food, suck the water out, and try to push the fiber out within 8 hours. Because anything outside of that process will be an acidic process. That means you will start clogging things up, and things will start being in the body longer than they're supposed to, and they'll start creating bad things like acid, like inflammatory reactions to stuff, like different substances. It will start creating mucus. It will start creating all type of issues. It will start killing cells. It will start clogging up cells. It will start sucking oxygen out of the body. It will intoxicate the body. All types of stuff can happen once you get to this, stage. So stay away from that. You get up in the morning, drink fluids. At night, drink fluids so that the body can use those fluids all night long while your body is laying in a horizontal position, which is easy for the body to function and work on your body while you don't have to fight gravity, and you're not in your daily function, and you're not running and breathing and this and that. You're just laying there breathing out of your nose, quiet and still, while your body repairs itself and starts moving all the inflammatory substance to the exit. That's why you wake up in the morning and you got boogers in your nose. The body has already put them there so you can get them out of there first thing in the morning. That's why you got the eye boogers. That's why you got the wax in the ears. That's why you got phlegm in your throat and you coughing and you hawking that stuff up first thing in the morning. Because when you was laying down sleeping, the body was working hard to move it into that area. That's why you got to urinate. That's why you got to poop. The body's working for you. Give the body what it needs. Don't make it difficult. Stop being so selfish, narrow-minded, and silly. You just gonna kill yourself? You're just gonna eat bad and eat in a way that you know is gonna hurt you and keep going? That's selfish. That's selfish to everybody, yourself and God. I don't even want to hear it. Do the right thing. God has given us something. It's a blessing to be able to consume his creation. Take advantage of it. When you turn to nature, you turn to God. That's what we need. We need God. We need nature. You wake up in the morning, liquid till 12. Write it down. Write that down. Liquid till 12. Start with your water. Get your tea in. Sea moss, nectars, fresh squeezed juice, liquids, no fibers. Don't turn on your stomach first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, only liquids so you can think clearly. No, there's all the oxygen is going to your brain. All the blood flow is going to your brain because you're not processing food. Your organs don't need oxygen. Your organs don't need blood flow at this time. They've been resting all night. Don't turn it on yet. Take a couple days off if you could. That's what fasting is all about. Shutting down the digestive system so it can heal itself. If you're a woman, so that your reproductive system can work on removing the inflammatory calcification of substance from its own reproductive system outside of the digestive system. That's why you guys often deal with UTIs and cysts and fibroids and endometriosis and all of these different discharge issues. Men don't have a reproductive system, so we skip that. We just go straight to colon cancer. Everything that goes in our stomach goes straight to our colon. You guys, if you have a baby, there's an umbilical cord, there's a placenta, there's all the different reproductive organs that you guys have that you guys need, the fallopian tubes, the ovaries, that it's a different process for you. But there's different consequences to you guys not eating well, you ladies. I know a lot of ladies dealing with cervical cancer, dealing with fibroids, dealing with cysts, dealing with endometriosis, dealing with different growths in their reproductive organs or reproductive system that can lead to cancer, a lot of times and usually. Got to clean it up. I'm talking about different kind of love, y'all. I'm talking about a different level of love, y'all. I'm calling you to love yourself, and people are going to argue with me about it. I say, hey, man, don't do that. That's killing you. Oh, my God, I can't eat that. What is wrong with you? What you mean? You just found out that that's killing you. And you going to say you're going to have a hard time stopping it? Are you for real? You stunning. You just cap. You is there, can I, how do you, hold on. I don't know. Trying to get some sound effects in here. I can't get my sound effects. I want to know what, stop it. If you're going to die, save yourself as best as you could. Give yourself the best opportunity you can. I don't know. I get so surprised when I tell someone, when someone says, "Hey man, I'm dying. I got hypertension, I got high cholesterol, I got diabetes, I got this and I got that." I said, "Oh man, you can't eat this." "Oh, what do you mean I can't eat that?" I said, what do you think I was gonna tell you? I was gonna give you a magic pill? And y'all stop buying magic pills from the internet. There are no magic pills. Yeah, you can have some capsules and herbs and you can start something, but it takes an entire effort in different areas of your life in different ways to get where you need to get. There's no magic pill. There's nothing you can do if you're not going to control your appetite that's going to heal you. It doesn't matter what you take, as long as you keep eating the wrong things, you're going to end up in the same situation. But on the other end, if you eat everything that you're supposed to eat and do everything that you're supposed to do, you'll probably never ever get sick. You'll never need medication. You see how that works? Is it kind of how it evens out? Do the right thing. Come on, y'all. You wake up in the morning, you drink some water, man. Get a pot of tea going. Throw some sea moss in the tea. Take a spoon of honey right quick. Put a little black seed oil on the tea as a lubricant. Drink the tea. You got some water. You got some honey, which is extremely healthy for you. It's very good. It sustains. It's very good to clean the body, to feed the body, to kill parasites and stuff like that. In the morning, honey is very good for that. And then some tea, high in antioxidants, to flush that body out, to induce bowel movement. A little bit of a diuretic first thing in the morning. Drink some more water behind it. Get that flow of water coming out of the body. That second urination is not as yellow as the first one. You're helping to clean the body out. Get another stool of movement out. Just empty the body, empty the stomach before you're gonna start putting food in the body. Empty your body out. Don't stack meals in your stomach. Get it out. Massage your stomach. Do what you got to do. When you're active and you're stretching your hips and your stomach and your abs every day, your stomach muscles every day, and you're doing these things, your stomach is moving things into the intestines, into the colon all the time, and you have a better bowel movement. And it's very important to have good bowel movement. It's very important because a good bowel movement means high metabolism. When your body is not constipating and it's not shutting down and stopping, then it's moving and it's flowing, and things that things that are in motion tend to stay in motion and increase motion, and things that are not in motion tend to not be in motion or slow down motion. So if your blood flow is going every day and you're not constipating yourself and sticking a bunch of sticky stuff in your system, then the body can function the way that it's supposed to. This is the objective. You wake up in the morning, you drink some liquids, you drink water, you drink your herbs, you drink your tea, drink some more water. Get some juicing in at that time if you want. 12 o'clock, what happens at 12 o'clock? Now you can shift over into some food that has water in it. No, not until cheeseburger at 12. There's no more cheeseburgers. Ever. Stupid. You're going to put bread with cheese and meat. Even the Bible tells you don't cook meat and dairy together. Literally. Because dairy is a binder for the meat. Dairy sticks the meat together and calcifies the meat, and now the meat can't come out of the body because it's stuck inside of the sticky stuff. And that meat, if it becomes dead flesh, it rots more and more inside your body. if you're going to eat meat, y'all, first of all, it should be clean meat. No pork, no shellfish, no overprocessed stuff. It should be the last meal of the day. It should be surrounded. I'm gonna get to it. Hold on. Wake up in the morning, you drink your liquids, 12 o'clock. Your food should have water in it. All of your food should have water in it. If your food has water in it, it has nutrition. And that water is going to move the nutrition from the food to your body. From the food into your cells and into your blood. If the food does not have water in it, it's probably going to be bad for you, outside of a couple things like whole grains, because they're dehydrated. But if you get them fresh, you can make them fresh. Whole grains got water in them too when they're fresh. They just get dehydrated like garbanzo beans. They'll get dehydrated. Or wild rice, they'll get dehydrated. And then you soak them in water and you warm them up to rehydrate them. But outside, everything that has nutrition is good for you has to have some type of water in it. That's what we're extracting from the substances that we're eating. The body is pooping out the fiber, y'all. The meat is getting pooped out. The fibers only thing it's keeping is the same thing it was keeping when you was in your mother's stomach through the umbilical cord. Liquid. The blood flows off liquid. There's no taco meat and chicken wing meat in your bloodstream keeping you alive. That part gets pooped out because the body don't need the fiber. It needs the water, the liquid that's inside the substance. And dead flesh doesn't have much for you, by the way. Okay? Animals in the wild, they don't cook their meat. Their meat has nutritional value because the animals that they're eating, the deer, the gazelle, the zebras, the cows, the rhinos, they live off of a vegetarian diet. They're eating fruits and vegetables and all that stuff from the ground. So they have a bunch of nutrition as part of their makeup because they don't have a 36-foot intestine either. So it makes sense that animals can eat animals and have nutrition and survive and get strong. That's not the case for us. You have a 37-foot intestine. Why would you put meat into something that has to travel 37 feet inside of you like this? See, a lion doesn't have that. It has a 3-foot intestine. It goes from mouth to butt. Not us. Okay? That's why we should not be eating that. But if you are, no shellfish, no pork, nothing unclean. Okay? I would stay away from chicken these days because chicken used to be fed a seed diet. They're now fed a corn diet. So that don't make no sense. They're sugar. They're glucose. They're probably addictive. They're probably one of the more addictive things that you can eat these days. Sugar or chicken, especially chicken wings. These things are overprocessed, steroided up. The only way they can sustain that type is, it's crazy. So clean meat only if you're going to eat meat. And you should never eat it with a binder. Never eat meat with bread. Never eat meat with cheese. Never eat meat with starch. No cheeseburgers, no hot dogs, no hamburgers, no pizza, no steak and potatoes, no chicken and waffles. This is a stupid way to eat. It's very stupid. It's intentionally stupid. And we're intentionally stupid for following along with them. You understand? Liquid's still 12. Then your food has to have water in it. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Fruits until 2. Why fruits until 2? Because fruits until 2, fruits give you fructose, not glucose. Why does that matter? It matters greatly. Because fructose doesn't have the same internal process as glucose. Glucose needs the liver. Fructose doesn't. That's why fructose and fruits, if you give enough time, it will give you energy. and your body can burn that energy. H3O2 comes in liquid form. The body will burn that energy very, very fast. So the body does not store that energy into stored fat like other foods that we have that the body cannot process. So it has to store it as in a way. And now we're storing fat in our stomach, and fat here and fat there. So we're looking for fruits that have a high water concentration from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. That should be the first food group that we eat. Fruits, high, like melons, like cantaloupe, like honeydew, like cucumbers, like watermelons, like mangoes, like apples, like plums, like peaches, blood oranges, seeded grapes. Yes, exactly. This is what I'm saying. H3O2 is coded for our DNA. It's because it matches the level of hydrogen and oxygen that our DNA needs. It's part of us. We're composed of 102 minerals. The earth is composed of 102 minerals. We need to replenish that. And we need water for it to move around. That's why we have to have the food that has water in it. Absolutely right, Craig. So we're gonna go to fruits first thing in the morning. I mean, first thing in the morning still. I mean, 12 o'clock is damn near evening. No, that's crazy. No, you cannot drink water. There's a time for water though. When the body has to clean itself, when the body is sick, then there's a time for water because we want to minimize the glucose. We want to minimize anything that the body can convert into a sugar, especially if you're not active. Water fasts are good when you're cleaning the body out, but you cannot build the body up without real food. Yeah, that's good. That's good, Craig. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what we need to be eating, a lot of fruit. We're frugivores and herbivores by nature. That's why they grow off trees and they hang, and we have fingertips to put them. We don't have big teeth. We can't jog and run 50 miles an hour so we can rip the flesh off of an animal and try to. We don't have that structure. That's not our species. Our species is a civilized species. Should be. We have a thing for blood, though. So, anyways. Our second food group, greens. Why greens? Because greens are lower in fructose and higher in minerals. That's why. Because greens are lower in fructose and higher in minerals, they start balancing you out. Now they're giving you the nutritional value that your body actually needs after the initial bump of sugar from the fruits. So you get the bump of energy first thing in the morning. You already drink liquids all morning, so your digestive system is full of water. It's ready to flow. You're not overeating. Your stomach is not over heavy. You only have one meal of the day. And when you eat in a 6-hour period of time so that the body can process all 6 hours at the same time. And your body's not processing food because if you're eating every 5 hours, every 6 hours, then you're processing food all over every time that you eat. You're never giving your digestive system a break. You're never giving your organs a break. So make sure when you're eating, you're eating in a 6-hour period of time. It's called intermittent fasting. You're eating a 6-hour period of time, and you preceded that with liquids. So you got the body hydrated, ready for digestive movement, ready for function, ready for flow, and then you eat consistently for a certain amount of time until you're fulfilled, and then you take the butt to bed. Liquids till 12. Fruits till 2. Greens till 4. What greens? Raw greens first. Try to have some raw something every day. So raw greens first because they have the highest nutritional value. Rich greens, high nutritional greens. Try to go with alkaline as much as possible because it's better for your blood. Yes, greens is very good for you. That's why we're taking it first thing in the morning too. Right after the fruits. Fruits is just water. I would go with, as far as greens, I would go with dandelion leaf will probably be my number one. My number one is dandelion leaf. Number 2, I'll say is watercress.
Number three, I'll say is I don't even know why I saw like balloons. Just I don't know how that even happened. This is weird. Number three is gonna say I'll say kale. Number one, so number one, dandelion greens. Number two, watercress. Number three, kale. The turnip, the mustard greens and all that, they're all good. You can throw them all in there. But this is a real thick and fiber. You know what I mean? So make sure you cook them. It's harder to eat those raw. Those are the ones you want to cook and soften up and hydrate and have them full of water. But the kale, the dandelion, the watercress, the cilantro, you can eat those raw. Those are very soft, very thin greens. They have a ton of nutritional value for you. But again, like the turnip greens and those more thick greens, yeah, those you put them in a pot and you steep them. You steep them as much, you know. Yes, chlorophyll is great, and you get chlorophyll from chlorella. I would get chlorophyll from chlorella because chlorophyll is not a plant. Chlorophyll is a substance that is found in all green plants. So you want to make sure what you do is you get the darkest green plant, which would be chlorella. Chlorella is such a blood cleaner. It has a ton of chlorophyll, and you know how we know? We actually process chlorella capsules, and we do them ourselves. And when we're doing the capsules, the chlorella capsules, the powder, the chlorella powder, the grounded chlorella moves while it's like we gotta chase it. Like moves them in a magnetic way, like an anti-magnetic way, like start spreading it. Because and that's how you know it magnetizes the metal in the blood. That's why chlorella is such a good binder and chlorophyll is such a good binder in the blood. It cleans the blood. It attracts the heavy metals in the blood. And listen, I'm a witness. I do it myself. You have my word. When we're capsuling the chlorella, it is moving every time. That's how you know it attracts itself to the metals in the blood, like lead, like aluminum, like mercury, like arsenic, like cyanide. These are metals. So it collects these things from the blood. You understand? And they remove them out of the bloodstream. And why is it? It is very important because all these heavy metals, what do? They call cognitive function issues. There are pieces of metal inside of your body at a microscopic level. And the body, because it's electrical, it's a warm-blooded body, the blood is moving through from the top to the bottom. And there's electricity going on in the brain because not only do we have hydrogen and oxygen, but we also have copper and carbon in our brain, which creates the electric current that kicks this like the spark to the electricity, to the neurological system. So when we're consuming foods and have all this metal and that's going in our body, drinking a lot of tap water, eating shellfish, eating pork, just eating all these canned food, eating in aluminum foil, all the foods in aluminum pots and pans and cooking in aluminum, and all of these heavy metals, they're microscopically, they get into our foods, and when it gets into our blood, eventually it attracts itself to the electricity in our brain because it's metal. It's going to naturally attract itself to electricity. And that's why when they do a CT scan, it's just they say scattering of the brain because it's just a whole bunch of little tiny microscopic dots. And those dots are pieces of metal that got inside their body and attach themselves to their brain, which shuts down the cognitive function. And now the neurological system can't function the way it's normally supposed to function. And now it can't relay certain signals. And now, or someone's getting the shakes, or someone has dementia, or someone has Alzheimer's, or someone has a Parkinson's, or someone has lupus, or all these type of different things that can happen because of it. So that's why that morning time after we eat those fruits and we get into those greens, that's why it's such an important period of time. We're cleaning the body. We're building the body up. So you start with the raw greens, soft greens. I would do like salad type of greens. Eat you some heavy salads, maybe a salad or two, at 2 o'clock and at 3 o'clock. And then, so a little bit later, get you some cooked greens. Okay? You can get you some cooked greens. Okay? Liquids till 12. Green fruits until 2. Greens until 4, vegetables until 6. That should be the heaviest meal of the day. If you want meat, I don't suggest it. If you're not going to listen to me, make sure you eat it at this time. Surround it with vegetables. Surround the meat with water so the body can get it out of the body as soon as possible and it doesn't become more toxic in our system. If you're going to do it anyways, which I don't suggest, do it in a way where it helps you and doesn't hurt you as much as possible. It doesn't help you, but it doesn't hurt you as much as possible, meaning get it in and get it out. If you want whole grains, I would not eat grains and meat on the same day. Pick your poison. Because meat will slide out of the body pretty fast if you surround it with vegetables, but if you add grains to it, grains are dehydrated, which they're going to suck water out of your cells, suck water out of your meal, which it has a slower digestive process. It's okay. I want to see what would I do if I click that? If I did this again, are these people reading me or something? Oh, look at that. Thumbs up, y'all. Balloons. I don't know how they did that. I'm tweaking. They just adding on top of stuff. I don't know how they do this. But what was I saying right now? I know it was liquids. Let's start from the beginning. Then liquids still 12, fruits still 2, greens still 4, vegetables still 6. That meat, surrounded with the vegetables. Because if you put the meat with grains, even if it's whole grains still have a slower digestive process. So when you eat the meat with the grains, the meat doesn't process at the same amount of time that it would process if you eat it with vegetables. Vegetables process at a normal rate. Meat on its own processes slow because it lacks water, which will absorb water, which will slow down digestive flow. Vegetables will process faster because they have water. They're releasing water into our cells. And it's going to come out like toothpaste. It's going to have moisture and everything. It's still going to have water in the colon. That's how you know you're hydrated properly. Okay. But if you eat it with the grains, it's going to slow down the digestive process. So if it takes 2, 3, 4 hours more to get out of the body, that's damaging to the body. There's meat there because that meat is dead flesh that's going to be rotting for 2, 3, 4 more hours before it comes out of the body, causing a nasty acidic reaction inside of the system, which causes unimaginable issues for a lot of people. That's why doctors will be like, oh, you can't eat red meat anymore. You can't eat red meat anymore. It's not because of the red meat, but if the red meat sits in the body and it's always rotten, then sooner or later it's going to cause an inflammatory response inside the system that's going to be consistent. So now they can say, you can't eat that no more because that's causing a problem. Yeah, it's not that's causing a problem. It's because you're eating with the rice, with the cheese, with the bread, with the, and so now that is causing a problem because of how you're eating it. So now you do have to stop eating it with the other stuff too, though. So eat the meat with the vegetables at the end of the day. Everything flow out. If you want to take the meat out and eat the grains. So give me an example. I'll give you an example. With the meat, a piece of salmon, okay, with some zucchini, some eggplant, some salad, some more salad, something on the side. Easy, right? Zucchini, squash, eggplant, put them on a nice little veggie stir fry with some salmon on the side. A little lime on there, a little agave for sweetener, however you want to, agave glazed. But if you want a grain option, it would look a little different. So on a grain option, I would do something like wild rice, some garbanzo bean, nice garbanzo bean stew. And if not wild rice, we do like quinoa. Like a nice garbanzo bean stew with guacamole. Nice big amount of guacamole. Plantain chips. Maybe a few mushrooms. A few sauteed mushrooms. Seasoned, kind of meaty. Easy peasy. big, huge plate. Wild rice, guacamole, chickpea stew, mushrooms. There's a million options. If you want to add our Instagram page, the Natural Branches on Instagram, oh, we got so many pictures with ingredients and recipes, picture after picture, meal after meal. Go to our Natural Branches. If you go to our website, thenaturalbranches.com, and just scroll to the bottom of the page, you can see all of our social media outlets and take a look at us and add them everywhere. Go to the Instagram and add that, and then look at the video, look at the pictures. And when you see the meals, scroll through and you'll see pictures of meals. You see the ingredients that we use, the recipes that we have. Mhm. And to be completely honest, our restaurant should be open within 2 weeks. We're very excited. I haven't made an announcement like that, but because we're waiting on one more legal thing on Thursday. But once that final aspect is done, we're going to be ready to go. I'm very excited. We've worked very hard to get to this moment. Praise God. So that should be your regimen, especially if you're dealing with cancer. Wake up in the morning, liquids till 12, fruits until 2, greens until 4, vegetables until 6. If you have dealing with cancer, I would avoid the meat, even the grains for now. Keep cleaning the body out, feeding it liquid only. Herbs will be helpful. Soursop would be great because soursop actively kills cancer cells at a ratio of 10,000 to 1 versus chemotherapy. So I would definitely shift over into the guanabana or the soursop plant, get some herbs. Okay, different herbs too. Burdock is really good for cancer. Elderberry is very good for cancer. Blue vervain is very good for cancer. Sarsaparilla is very good for cancer. Berries, a high berry diet, as many berries as you can on a regular basis. Berries are very good for cleaning the blood. Berries are very good for cancer. Avoid cranberry though. It's acidic berry, so it's a hybrid berry. Want to avoid those, but that's what you should be doing throughout the day. Stop eating at 6 o'clock. Okay? If you want something sweet, it probably means you have a parasite. If you are going to entertain it, maybe a pulpy fruit versus something unnatural, something like a piece of a banana, maybe half a banana in the evening, or maybe a couple figs, maybe a couple dates at best, a pulpy fruit. Okay? Just to hold you over if you feel like you need that type of food. But fasting is going to be the best thing still though, y'all. Even with the great regimen, when you're healthy, a great regimen is great. It's priceless. When you're unhealthy, we have to clean the body out. You can't put food in and clean bad stuff out at the same time all the time. You have to give the body rest. You have to fast. Let the body clean itself out. It takes 50 hours for the organs to empty themselves. So at least a minimum of 50 hours of fasting. Empty what's in the stomach. Okay? Empty that stuff out. And then liquids, flush the body out. Every time water comes out of the body, or when you urinate, or when you put some water in the body, 4 to 6 ounces, 4 to 8 ounces in. Regularly, consistently, water out, water in, water out, water in, water out, water in. This is what you call a detox. We are the vessel, and you're just flushing water in and out of the vessel. That's how you clean yourself. You think spiritually, the same thing. I don't want to get too deep into that. I don't know where everybody's watching from. I know we have Facebook, but we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have Twitter. So but I'm just letting y'all know. Okay. We are also on day 17 of our 21-day fast. We're in an alkaline period of time right now. So what's up, my brother Marcelo, man? Long time no see, my brother. Salute. Yes, sir. So we are at the fruits, vegetables, and green stage as well. We're going to have our last podcast here coming up on the 19th, I believe. So if there are any additional questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out for us. What do you use for acid reflux? I fast. Stop putting acidic things into your esophagus. That's the first thing that you would do for acid reflux. You give your stomach time to empty itself because there may be a reason why there's an acidic reaction inside of in your stomach that's causing it to flare up past the stomach flap and going up into the esophagus, creating that gaggy or that acid feeling or the burpy feeling or the hot, that's so we have to clean the gut out. There may be another issue there. There may be an ulcer there. There may be some lining issue, some stomach lining issue. I would definitely start shifting into ginger tea is going to be a great tea for you to start jumping on right away. Some ginger tea. Hugh, wonderful, 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 wonderful. No, I know. Hugh, wonderful. Good to have you here, Hugh, my brother and my sister. Yeah, so I would probably shift over to some ginger tea for a couple weeks. Stay away from acidic foods, man. Stay away from pop, stay away from beer and liquor, stay away from, things that have an acid value. You should be drinking water, some fresh squeezed juices if you want some juice or something like that. And you should be shift over to that ginger tea. Ginger tea and that's especially if you may have an ulcer. You may have something in there that's causing that irritation and that problem. But but that's the situation. You should avoid those things and acidic foods. Avoid the gluten. Avoid the starch. Avoid anything that's going to clog up the stomach. Start eating healthy. Start reevaluating how we eat. Give ourselves zero credit. Assume everything we're doing is wrong, so it's easy to shift into a better situation. Don't hold on to any type of foods that we're eating because we like how they taste or something like that, or make us feel. Shellfish makes you feel great. Shellfish is even considered an aphrodisiac. Shellfish is probably contributed to so many babies in young people. Why? Because shellfish don't have fins and shellfish don't have scales. So because they don't have fins, they can't clean their flesh. Because they can't clean their flesh and they sit in salt water, they're high in iodine. They're not regular iodine, it's toxic levels of iodine, which is very bad. And then we eat the shellfish. And iodine thins the blood naturally. That's the chemical reaction of the body from that mineral. So now the blood gets thin. And when you're young, it speeds up the blood flow because it's thinner blood. So it's moving faster now. And because it's moving faster now, the heart rate starts pumping faster to keep up with the blood flow. The heart is pumping faster because the water is moving faster. It takes about 60 seconds from when the heart pumps the blood into the arteries for it to come back into the heart. When you eat shellfish, you speed that process up, which is blood flow, which for men is what an erection is based on. So it increases the blood flow to the libido, which helps you and it makes you feel like you're in the mood to be intimate. They call it an aphrodisiac because of this. Because of the chemical reaction, the chemical response in the body to the toxic levels of iodine in the shellfish. And when you're young, you may be able to take advantage of that here and there, outside of the fact that shellfish is a forbidden food. It's a toxic food. That's why it sits in the bottom of the ocean with an entire body of ocean between us and that animal, because the Earth's ecosystem naturally has separated us from that animal with a body of water. It doesn't want us to get to those animals. Mercury is a heavy metal. Mercury falls to the bottom of the ocean. That's why they're bottom feeders. They eat what's at the bottom of the ocean, the bad stuff that's out there, and it keeps the ocean clean so we can survive. If we took all the shellfish out of the ocean, everything would die because the waters would become poison because there would be no animals in the water to clean them. No shellfish. We're not supposed to eat those things. By the way, they're related to cockroaches. Cockroaches are the shellfish of the sea. Or the shellfish of the land. You got shrimp in the land in water. You got cockroaches on the land. Understand? They're all related. They're meant to clean the ocean, just like cockroaches clean the creases and the crevices, the dirt and of our society, of the things on the land. We should not be eating those shellfish. So that's why they call it aphrodisiacs. And that's fun when you're 20. Yeah, eat some selfish when you're 50, though. And there's coagulation in the blood. There's inflammatory calcification going on. The blood flow is not as fast as it is. There's blips and clots and other things in the body that you wear and tear now. That's called a heart attack. That's one of the quickest ways to get a heart attack when you're older is eating shellfish, because it thins the blood out at toxic levels. But the difference is the heart can't keep up with it all the time. The heart starts pumping, but the blood doesn't move as fast as it's supposed to when you're young, because inside the arteries and inside the veins, we have created calcification and inflammation. So it doesn't travel at the same speed when we're older than when we're younger. That's when you're strong and you're fast, and when you're older, it's slower and things start slowing down. Nature shows us, man. We're just not paying attention. We don't think deep. We're so shallow. We're shallow thinkers. We don't even think deeply about what we put inside of our body, or less our mind. Got to get it together, y'all. We're just here to help though. Look. Sabbath day is approaching. I'm missing a few calls here. I wasn't trying to be too drawn out. I appreciate everybody who came by and who was just listening in. Everybody who's on the fast, day 17, congratulations to everybody. We're getting there. We got a few days left. You're gonna see me on the 19th, 8 a.m. We're gonna go live again. And also everybody who was dealing, I've been talking to today with cancer and all this stuff. I'm gonna refer you guys over to the YouTube or to wherever we have this video posted here, so that you guys could go ahead and try to utilize some of this information and get to it. Let's take our health back. We don't need anyone's permission to be healthy. Okay, we do not need FDA approval to heal ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? And we're going to do it. I appreciate y'all. Please, y'all. I'm not a beggar. I'm a hard worker. The information is free, but the products you have to pay for. We don't take donations, but if you shop with us, we know what to do with what you bless us with. We put it right into this ministry. We're a health ministry at the end of the day. That's the way I see it. So please shop with us. Visit our website. Oh my God, I got that wrong. I put the natural branches. Let me hide that. Let me edit that. It's supposed to be the natural branches. There you go. The natural branches. The naturalbranches.com. If you guys can like this stream, if you guys can share this stream, if you guys can tag a few people inside the stream that may be interested in the information that we're sharing here, and they may be interested in working with us or helping us help them and guide them along their journey, or they're willing to share the information on their page, please y'all do so. Please, liking, sharing, tagging, commenting is very important for us. Okay, we're taking the time of our day to help inform and help educate and help inspire and to do our part. But if no one sees it and no one helps us, if you got something good, share it. So please come to our website and shop with us, y'all. That's how we pay the bills. That's how we keep everything going. Come to our store. We're located at 6027 West Belmont. We have an educational center and that we're actually streaming right now from our educational center. As you can see at the top of the screen here. Let me get it there. Let's tap in. That's the American Podcast Information Network. That's who we are. Okay, that's who we work with to share our information. Obviously, we're the Natural Branches. That's the grocery store and the health and wellness community that we share. But then on this end here, the American Podcast Information Network, which is part of where the Natural Branches utilizes for our media to get our videos and stuff like that out. So this is all part of the ministry. Then we have the restaurant, the kitchen on North Avenue in Austin, okay, where we make our sea moss, and we're about to open up for the public finally. Okay, we have a lot of things going on, but it doesn't work if if we're not selling products. So we try to give as much information for free, and hopefully you guys will decide to make an investment in yourself that helps us sustain the business. That's what it boils down to, you know. So we appreciate it. We appreciate the help. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Tag anyone that you could if you can. Pass it along in the inbox. Pass it along to somebody. Our Instagram page, our Facebook page. Try to add us on there so you guys can stay informed with the new products as they come out and any information that we feel is relevant or impactful for you guys that we share. Okay. Thank you guys once again. Appreciate for the fellowship. Terry, Hugh, Craig, Marcelo, everybody that popped in. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Grace and peace. Happy Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom.